Power doesn't begin in muscle or money, it begins in the mind. Most people spend their lives chasing control, never realizing that the true seat of power is psychological. When your emotions can be manipulated, your thoughts dictated, your reactions predicted, you're not in control, you're controlled. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He knew that the battlefield of domination was not external, but internal. Because once you master your mind, you command everything that lies outside of it. When you can't be provoked, no one can pull your strings. When you can't be read, no one can predict you. And when you can't be broken, no one can stop you. Power belongs to the thinkers, the ones who see 10 moves ahead, while everyone else is still reacting to the first. Every era has proven it. The strong eventually fall. The charming lose their influence, but those who think, those who calculate, endure. The intelligent don't rush to speak or react. They observe, they measure, they adapt, and when everyone else is blinded by emotion, they strike with precision. The wise man, as Machiavelli wrote, does at once what the fool does finally. Intelligence is not about knowing more. It's about seeing clearer, acting faster, and thinking sharper. It is the one form of power that cannot be stolen or copied. You either build it through discipline or remain under the control of those who did. The modern world trains your mind to be weak. Comfort dulls your instincts, distraction clouds your judgment, and noise buries your focus. Every scroll, every pointless argument, every emotional reaction drains your cognitive edge. People complain of feeling powerless without realizing they've surrendered their most powerful weapon, their attention. The enemy isn't out there. It's the untrained mind within you. But the same mind that's been programmed for weakness can be rewired for dominance. You can rebuild your cognition into a system of precision, awareness, and foresight. You can condition yourself to think faster, read deeper, and predict further. This isn't motivation. It's cognitive evolution, the process of turning your brain into a weapon of strategy. Intelligence is true power because it doesn't shout or seek approval. It simply wins. The intelligent don't chase validation. They crave accuracy. They don't fight for dominance. They design it. While others argue to be right, they study to be precise. They know that every insult, every setback, every failure is data. Each test refines their judgment. They detach from ego and emotion, because emotion blinds while logic sees. They observe their own reactions with the same scrutiny they give others. They learn from everything. The manipulator can deceive the emotional, but never the rational. You can trick someone who feels too much, but not someone who thinks deeply. Intelligence protects you because it allows you to see every move before it happens. It transforms chaos into opportunity and weakness into leverage. Cognitive edge conditioning is how you forge this power. It begins with deliberate tension, the willingness to create pressure that sharpens perception. The mind, like muscle, only grows under resistance. Every time you choose discomfort over ease, challenge over repetition, awareness expands. Pressure builds precision. Train yourself to seek environments that test your focus, conversations that expose your blind spots, and problems that force creative solutions. Discomfort becomes your gym, tension your teacher. When you welcome difficulty, your brain adapts faster, connecting patterns others can't see. Eventually, what used to overwhelm you becomes routine, and what used to intimidate you becomes your arena. Predictive thinking is the second layer of mastery. Power lies in foresight. Those who can anticipate reactions, outcomes, and patterns never need to control through force. They control through preparation. Study people closely. Notice tone, timing, body language, and habits. Patterns always repeat. Humans are predictable because they are emotional. Anticipate before you act. Imagine conversations before they happen. Map responses before they appear. Train your mind to forecast. Each time you do, you move from reaction to control. You become the unseen architect of outcomes, the one who dictates direction without appearing to move at all. The next discipline is agility. Rigid minds break under pressure. Flexible ones bend, adapt, and thrive. Agility means switching perspectives instantly, solving problems from angles no one else considers. It's the art of detachment from a single idea, emotion, or identity. To train it, challenge your assumptions daily. Debate ideas you disagree with. Engage in thought experiments that stretch your logic. When circumstances change, shift strategy without hesitation. The agile mind doesn't cling to comfort. It transforms with circumstance. This is how you stay ahead, by being uncatchable, unclassifiable, and unreadable. Unpredictability is your shield. The predictable are easy to control because they can be mapped, but the unpredictable rule from the shadows. Change routines. Speak less. Reveal nothing unnecessary. Cultivate the art of ambiguity. Let others wonder about your motives and timing. Confusion breeds hesitation, and hesitation is control. Yet unpredictability isn't chaos. It's strategic inconsistency. It's moving with purpose while disguising intent. It's showing calm when expected to rage and striking when expected to retreat. When no one can forecast your behavior, no one can manipulate it. The strongest move is often silence. It makes others project their assumptions, and those assumptions become your advantage. Emotional intelligence ties it all together. Power is not about suppressing emotions. It's about commanding them. A person ruled by impulse is a slave to manipulation. Learn to feel without reacting. Observe emotion as data, not direction. When anger arises, analyze its source. When fear appears, measure its truth. Use emotion strategically. Project warmth when it builds trust, detachment when it builds control, confidence when it builds influence. The intelligent use emotion like a tool, not a trigger. They listen not to respond, but to dissect intent. Every tone, pause, and hesitation from others reveals more than words ever could. With emotional intelligence, you see motives behind masks and lies behind smiles. Influence becomes effortless because you understand human nature more deeply than anyone else. When all of these elements fuse, tension, prediction, agility, unpredictability, and emotional control, you evolve into what I call the apex thinker. The apex thinker no longer reacts to life. He designs it. Every move, silence, and decision is deliberate. Pressure becomes fuel. Chaos becomes clarity. Failure becomes feedback. You stop being a participant in the game and become its designer. The world begins to move according to your understanding because your perception shapes your reality. Machiavelli understood that virtue without power is fragility. To survive and thrive, you must combine intellect with adaptability, awareness with discipline. Intelligence is not softness. It's the cold precision that cuts through deception. It's the patience to wait until emotion passes and truth appears. It's the ability to turn manipulation into opportunity and uncertainty into control. The process demands ruthless honesty with yourself. Every distraction is a leak in your power. Every emotional reaction is a loss of position. Every comfort you cling to dulls your edge. Replace wasted hours with study. Replace gossip with observation. Replace noise with strategy. Protect your mental environment like a fortress, because every thought you allow either strengthens or weakens your empire. Your mind is the throne of your power. Guard it, train it, discipline it. Each day test your limits. Read beyond your comfort zone. Engage with those who challenge your thinking. Reflect on your failures without excuse. The brain grows through friction. Each time you face uncertainty, you refine the circuitry of mastery. Over time, thinking becomes instinctive, emotion becomes silent, and decisions become art. You begin to see patterns before they form, consequences before they unfold. Others sense it without understanding it. They feel your control, your calm, your precision. That's what real dominance looks like: quiet, strategic, and untouchable. When people react, you remain composed. When they speak, you listen to what they didn't say. When they push, you redirect. Power is no longer external. It radiates from the mind that cannot be shaken. The apex thinker doesn't fight chaos. He absorbs it, shapes it, and bends it to his will. Most will never reach this level because it demands discipline beyond comfort. It requires you to abandon emotional indulgence and embrace cognitive rigor. It means sacrificing instant gratification for long-term vision. But for those who do, everything changes. Manipulation fails, fear dissolves, clarity dominates. You stop chasing control because you already have it within. The world respects power, but it bows to intelligence. Be the one who observes while others perform. Be the one who predicts while others guess. Be the one who moves with silence while others seek attention. Because in the end, the mind is the ultimate kingdom, and only those who master it ever rule.